Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. I'm Tanya Manco from Much Consulting. I hope you've heard a bit about us already. I'm joined by Ludmila from Plantura, which is our long-term client. Today, in the next 20 minutes, we are talking about how we handle the shipping of living wasps with Odoo. Living wasps are a very, very special product for Plantura, by the way. First of all, we are going to start with just presenting ourselves a bit, presenting Plantura's mission, which is going to be handled by Ludmila, how we have been collaborating together for the past years, and also mainly about this Mini-Wasp, this very special product. We are going to be talking a bit about it, the challenges of handling it in Odoo, with some real-life cases and some examples. So before we start, I'm Tanya Manco, as I just said, from Much Consulting.
Hi everyone, my name is Ludmila Artyukhova. I am a senior ERP product manager at Plantura.
Before we start as well, you can also scan this QR code to receive the slides if you want. I will show this in the end as well, so you can just take your time, and in the end I will show it as well. I don't know if someone is taking. Okay, I think that I can go to the next slide, and this story will begin with Ludmila presenting a bit of Plantura.
Yep. Plantura was founded in 2017. Our mission is simple: to empower everyone to discover and nurture plants effortlessly, because 3 plants make a happier home and garden. We are a direct-to-consumer gardening brand rooted in sustainability and science. We have built a digital ecosystem with a web shop, a content platform to share knowledge we have acquired over time with our customers, and with a mobile app to help our customers to take care of their plants, and have earned over 1 million hobby gardens across Europe. Our challenge was to find a simple, powerful system to replace scattered tools at that time. We needed a backbone for our operations, from a web shop to customer subscription, for marketing, accounting, inventory, and most importantly, we needed a system that could provide us a full traceability and transparency for our eco-packaging and supply chain, aligning with our core values. That's where Odoo came in.
Nothing better than Odoo, right? So this partnership started in 2021, roughly. That's when we started implementing Odoo in Plantura. We started, of course, with gathering requirements as usual, and with a full implementation throughout the year. We have implemented mainly sales, accounting, inventory, and the purchase apps, the main ones. Also the WMS system, because they have their own partners with their own carriers, and this was also something very, very important for them. And a Shopify integration, because they use Shopify for their web shop, and the orders need to be imported somehow. That's how we implemented the Shopify connector. After the big rollout, we still have an ongoing partnership since then. We have been giving them support on testing, on improving processes in general, and in February 2024, we have upgraded them from Odoo 14 to 16. We have also implemented something called the delivery split. I'm not going to go into too much detail on this, but basically what this does is basically optimizing the system to have as least deliveries as possible, so that this gets cheaper for Plantura as well, and more efficient. We recently have implemented Channel Engine, which is a web commerce infrastructure to connect Amazon, in the case of Plantura, to Odoo and import orders from Amazon. And I've been doing also consulting and trying to help out as well, improving processes in the past year. So as you can see in this picture is just a rough image of how the Schloopwespen cards, which are the Mini-Wasps, this special product, how they look like. The Mini-Wasps are nothing like the wasps that we are used to see. These are very tiny insects that eat food moths, clothes moths. They are harmless to humans, but what they basically do is they are an alternative to chemical and pest controls. So basically, someone orders a delivery of Mini-Wasps. They can get it in 2, 3, 4 deliveries, and they put it in their wardrobe, whatever they have, the food moths or the clothes moths. They will eat the moths, and they will fall. They will look like a bit like dust. You just clean it, and then in 2 or 3 weeks, you'll apply them again.
Yeah. For Plantura, these mini-wasps are more than just a product. It's a key part of our growth strategy and reinforce our brand promise of effective, natural and sustainable solutions.
Really the best seller, which is a very interesting product. I always find it very, very amusing. But it has some challenges, of course. To handle this in Odoo, it was quite hard in the beginning, and that's where we came. The challenges are mainly that the deliveries need to be split. They cannot be shipped all at once because they are kind of a subscription. So every 2 to 3 weeks, someone is going to receive the card, and they need to be really sent on time because they need to be applied exactly at that time so that it's effective. Also, they cannot be sent with other products. At least at the moment they couldn't, because, for example, imagine you have a Schlupfwespen card, a Mini-Wasps card. Sorry, this is the German way of saying it. You send it with a booklet, but you can't send it with like a fertilizer because the wasps can just die, and we don't want that. We also had to specialize. We have specialized carriers to handle these living organisms, and of course the time is very important. As I just said, they need to be shipped exactly at those specific times. How did we do this in Odoo? This is just FYI a real picture of how they look like. Imagine millions and millions of wasps in this cart. What we did was we utilized the bill of materials, the bill of material type kit, with this product. So you see the first line would be a Schlupfwespen card, which is a mini-wasp, with the quantity 3, so 3 cards, each card with 1 million of wasps, and a booklet, so for the customer. And you see this delay value is 0, and then in 3 weeks, which means it's going to be shipped in 3 weeks from the time that the order is placed, in 6 weeks, and then in 9 weeks. This is just an example for a 4-time delivery wasp. We also we created a special field, this deliver together, which if it's set to true, then the cards cannot be sent with anything else but what it is in the bill of materials. And this is for the first delivery for the same scheduled date. They are going to be sent only with a booklet, but they cannot be sent with anything else. How does this work in Odoo? I will just show you briefly how a sale order looks like only with this mini-wasp. After the client places this order and the order is imported, you see 4 deliveries are directly created automatically and scheduled for the correct time. You see that one of the transfers for the product that I just showed previously is scheduled for today, the other in 20 days, the other in 41 days, and the other in 62 days. This is just the first delivery, and how it looks like. It contains one, as you see, Schlupfwespen card, so the mini-wasp, 3 quantities of this, so 3 cards, 1 booklet, and then an envelope. The envelope where it's going to be sent on. For this to work, we also had to implement a special batching logic. So basically, every of these deliveries that is scheduled for the same time, that it has the same batch date, that has, as you can see, there is, I don't know if you can see you can see. First, it's going to be sent from the same warehouse by the same carrier. It's the same product and the same amount of cards per product. It's going to be sent to Germany in this case, so to the same destination country, because that's also very important, and in the same date. This is going to make it way easier for the warehouse to pack the products in sequence and to not waste too much time. This logic was applied on a product category. You can see here we applied this SWP, is the shorter for Schlupfwespen, so mini-wasps. This was applied on a product category, so all products that belong to the same category will have the same batching logic. And this is how the warehouse looks like briefly. After these batches are created, they are going to be packed in the warehouse. And the warehouse team is going to start by printing the shipping labels and the picking list. This is going to make it easier for them to divide work, and everyone can see, okay, I need to pack 3 cards, and going to be packing 3 cards all in a row, and they will waste way, way, way less time. And this is going to make it also easier for them to prioritize, to see, okay, I have this amount of batches that are SWP, that are mini-wasps. I need to prioritize this first, and then I will pack the remainings. Because, as I said before, time is crucial, and they have to be shipped on time. Another fun fact, I would say, is that they are kept in cold storage, and they are only, these mini-wasps are only taken from the cold whenever they are actually going to be delivered, and they are going to be delivered in a few hours. So as a summary, I think we have tried to make the best of our partnership. We have been trying to implement to improve the importing of orders from their web shop, from Amazon, from Shopify, implemented subscriptions, logistics into one scalable system. Eventually, we are going to upgrade very soon.
Yes, and these automated subscription deliveries and real-time batching have driven really increasing efficiencies and increased product quality, and of course, strengthened our customer trust.
Yeah, and in this case, I would say at this time, the clients can get to their shipments on time, and this process made it way more efficient for the warehouse team to be able to pack as much as possible for the amount of orders increasing and increasing over time. Thank you so much for your time. If you have any questions, please feel free to scan the QR code. You can still get your slides with the QR code on top. So I'm happy to get any questions. Thank you so much.
All right. Okay, it seems no questions have come in yet.
It's okay. In any case, I mean, I'll just go to the next slide. You can find us, Much Consulting, at Hall 10, booth C1. So feel free to just pass by, ask anything.
Someone asks, are there any specific features or modules in Odoo that were surprisingly useful for this project?
I would say for this specific project, definitely. I mean, nothing surprising because I think we already know the system. We have made a lot of use of the sales app, but we also had to, of course, implement a few customizations on top of this Mini-Wasps product.
The talk mentions balancing business logic with technical feasibility. What was the single biggest trade-off you had to make during the project, and how did it impact your final result?
Can you please repeat the question, just so that
The talk mentions balancing between business logic and technical feasibility. What was the biggest trade-off you experienced during the project, and how did it impact the results?
You want to answer that?
Yeah.
Sure. Mm-hmm.
Oh, you would like to answer?
Yeah. So I think like the biggest trade-off is always coming to customizations.
Yeah.
Whenever we have to customize, we have to compromise what we are going to do with the upgrades. Of course, that we had to think really, really a lot about how to implement these customizations to make it scalable, and to make sure that we can, of course, upgrade to different versions without compromising also, of course, the necessity of having a stable system, but that needs these customizations for the business purposes.
Yeah, and I would like to add that the challenge or trade-off here was that we are talking about alive insects, so it was not only important to improve the technical part or the business process itself, but don't forget that these organisms are alive, and we should be very careful about it, about any errors that could happen.
100%. Also, with temperatures, if the weather is too cold, we always have to optimize it in a way that we need to be aware of these things. They cannot just die because it's too cold or too warm.
What advice would you give to a company that's considering a similar project but has limited budget for technical resources?
Try to keep it as simple as possible, always.
Yeah, and probably it is easier to change something in offline business process and then only afterwards to start with optimization in Odoo.
Definitely.
Someone asks, what are the next exciting steps in the long-standing partnership between Much and Plantura?
With Plantura, yeah, I think the most exciting...
It's written Plantura here, so...
Okay. The name is Plantura, yeah, but the next project is migration from Odoo 16 to Odoo 18 and to keep all customization, especially for Mini-Wasps.
And try to remove a few.
Someone asks, how long did this implementation take?
several months.
Few months.
Yeah.
I cannot precise how many, but it was during the first year of implementation that we took care of this.
I think the most challenging part was also the testing part, so it shouldn't underestimate.
Definitely.
Yes, you don't want it to fail during operation.
100%. And there are so
Yeah.
many specific cases, edge cases around.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and we
there
also
always are.
Yeah.
Always.
Such is real life.
Exactly.
And we also need some time to train our warehouse team how to work with this new software or with new module. Yeah.
True. Someone asks if the implementation is over. I'm not sure what they mean, but
It's never over. Actually, what I just presented is it's not looking exactly like this anymore.
Yeah.
For example, the core, of course, it is. But for example, the deliver together button that we have, in most cases, we are still using it. But for some specific products, we already have very, very good packaging, so I can still pack a soil
Yeah.
with a Mini-Wasp
Yeah.
because the packaging improved as well. So we have to be scalable enough and open enough to do this kind of differentiations now.
looking back, what is one thing you would have done differently to make the implementation smoother or more efficient?
I would say trying to get the processes better first, improve the processes first, and then optimizing Odoo after. I think this was done a bit together.
Yeah.
And of course that it would be better to just implement on an easier process.
And it's also important to cover and to discuss all edge cases that could happen in real life in advance, just to be prepared in Odoo to cover it, because afterwards is a little bit harder.
For everything in
Yeah.
general.
Someone wrote, "Girls power." Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Yes, I believe we're somewhat out of questions, unless I missed one. Yes. So someone asks, what challenges do you face when integrating Odoo with different delivery systems?
I think we are pretty good on that.
Yeah.
Because there are so many carriers. You can maybe talk a bit more about
actually,
it. Actually,
the integration with deliveries was not a big challenge for us. The bigger challenge was to cover all edge cases with Mini-Wasps, but carriers are connected through other third-party solutions, so it's not an issue.
All right. Well, I believe that's all for the questions. So thank you for the presentation. It was a very interesting topic and
so much.
a nice showcase of the various alternative use cases Odoo can support. So thank you.
Definitely.
And I guess we can end this unless you want to... Right.
thank you so much.
you
I just want to
have
mention again.
Show me your contact. Okay.
Yes, I
good.
just want to mention again that we are at booth C1 and the hall 10. Just feel free to reach out. Thank you.
Thank you.